So, my penis was in my hands less than a minute ago. How does that make you feel?
Was it
To
like...
know that hands that had my penis in them less than a minute ago, you're touching my hands.
That was even... And Gingrams was like... Danny was like trying to do the voice-to-text thing with like his friends from like whatever.
And there's your pre-roll.
And then fucking... Because like, isn't it weird that like at least once a day you're fucking touching your dick in your asshole? And we fucking recorded that when he was doing the voice to text. It's just like, I missed you every day. Is it weird that every day you touch your dick in your asshole? And we start.
Welcome back, everybody.
Dicks and assholes. That's what we're talking about these days.
You got your pre-roll.
No,
But
I'm not gonna use it just to piss you off.
well, I'm gonna come to your house and fucking cut you.
Nah, if I'm in California, you can't fucking find me.
I thought you were gonna go like a different. This part's weird. You hit the rock with your upgraded weapons, and then it fucking like what?
Whoa,
That's a little dramatic. Anyway, the thing we were talking about
my thing.
last time was thing that we're not gonna get into, but we're gonna lie about that and wind up getting into it anyway. Was so on the note of V and 4chan as a whole being a horrible, yeah, it was horrible shithole place.
Was this like 3 hours ago?
You have a very warped perception of time right now. So, finale of Korra happened.
Shit, that's what we're talking about?
Yes.
I don't...
No, I'm gonna say my piece. I'm gonna say my piece. So, like, someone starts a thread, and it's stupid, shitty thread about the Korra game. It's like, how does it feel knowing that you were playing as a lesbian? And then,
She can be bi.
I haven't actually seen that
whole argument comes out about, and this is exactly what the show creators wanted. I'm just gonna go right out and say my stance on it is I'm fine with the idea, just not happy with the execution. But
I agree.
continuing with my story, I wound up in an argument with one Anon in particular.
Anon, what the fuck is
And-
wrong with you? It's a non, you piece of shit.
And he's like, I forget what he was like,
my
but I'm
fault.
like, okay, here's my thing about it. Why I'm okay with the idea, but not the execution. The idea is fine, because they did do a proper, build up of the bond between...
I don't think they did.
No, I'm saying...
I don't think
no,
they did.
Give me a second here.
No, I will, but I'm
saying they did a proper build up as far as the bond between Asami and Korra went.
Barely. Continue.
And then he said, like, he quotes me green text bond and said, "Stop reading right there." And I'm like, "No, you dipshit. I specifically used the word bond because it's very, like, non-specific. Like, I specifically did not want to say relationship or friendship. I said bond because after a point, they did start getting noticeably closer and closer to each other. So that
fucking
no,
friends!
I'm just saying that could mean anything because a bond has to happen before a relationship happens. But that's why I said bond and not relationship. Because, like I said, if they went...
Fucking hurry up so I can fucking...
If they went and said... If they went and gave, like, a full-on, actual, unambiguous confession, then it would have made more sense, wouldn't have cared, wouldn't have questioned it, and that would have been that. And he's like, okay, that makes more sense. I'm sorry I yelled at you. And I'm like, I'm sorry I called you a dipshit.
Whoa, he actually... Wait.
Yeah! I'm like, I'm sorry I called you a dipshit.
It
You were...
happens on rare occasions.
Wow.
Thank you for being reasonable. I'm sorry I called you a dipshit. And he's like, apology accepted. Want to go play video games? And I was about to say, yeah, we really should, considering it's a much better option than arguing about unrelated shit on a message board that's supposed to be about video games. But then the thread was archived, so I couldn't actually tell him that. and now I feel bad because I didn't get to properly respond to him.
I get what you're saying, and I won't get into shipping wars or anything like that bullshit.
I'm not even saying shipping wise. I'm just saying it.
I just think it came out of nowhere.
The idea could have made sense if they actually went and gave like a real confession instead of been coy about it and said, "Oh, we're gonna make it ambiguous just because we want to start shit."
Here's the thing: is I think it came out of nowhere because I think at best they were friends, and it just seems like it added nothing to the story.
But that's
it was
the
just
thing.
there.
Does it have to add anything?
It doesn't.
That's where you get into weird territory.
Well, like, okay, but shut, Bozeman. Shut. You're not part of this shit. This is our This is our video. Like, the thing is,
I'm sorry, I'm a little too liberal for this crap.
I'm probably. I don't think I could make a good argument whether it was tipsy or not. But fucking hurry up with this wise man bullshit.
Well, there is a point I have to make with this. Or no, never mind. That comes way later. Never mind. Continue.
Okay, because what was I gonna say? I don't know. But seriously, like it came out of nowhere, and like I don't have a problem with it. But I feel like they were just putting it in to be like, because like everyone wants to be like, hey, look, look, we're being progressive. We're making lesbians in our show. Woo! And like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, but if they had actually had a lot more of like the actual bond between the two, and it wasn't just something that just happened this fucking season, like the last fucking season, where they start kind of talking to each other.
Like I said, I think they got noticeably closer to each other, and like
as
I said,
fucking friends.
I'm just saying it could have gone either way. I'm not gonna be a like fucking shipping funner. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm just saying a bond has to happen before a relationship happens. They built a bond. They did that much. I'm just saying they should have just straight up had a confession instead of intentionally trying to start shit arguments with it. They should have had an actual talk. Bozeman's raising his hand. Bozeman, is there something you want to tell the class?
No, first, I was going to say... Go ahead.
For the record, I wanted to let him speak.
For the record, I want to talk about how I fucking love Varric.
Varric is the best character.
And he got more fucking closure than Bolin did.
Okay.
Right?
I haven't even fucking watched the finale yet, so take whatever I'm saying here with a grain of salt. Here's what I think. After 3 seasons of, like, fucking this limp-dicked romance plots, like, because that's what they are. They're limp-dicked.
Yeah.
They were all universally awful.
I will step in a little bit as a partial ship funner, because I'm not going to say that word. I'm just going to say that the part with Bolin and Korra was, like, way fucking better than Korra and Mako and Asami.
I fucking loved Bolin.
That part
and he
was
got
like
shit on so much throughout the series. And then, like, I feel like they're like we
that
made
was
him
the part-
lava bend. Did you like him now?
That was the part where I was, like, fucking wholeheartedly rooting for him, because there was, like, way more of a potential relationship there than, like, any of the other ones.
I know, like, they had so much fucking chemistry. Like, I loved Bolin and Korra.
So, anyways, going back.
Bozeman.
So,
take the stage, please.
Given how limp-dicked all the romance was, here's what they could have done if they wanted to actually
have
be
to go to
bold
Plasma Man for this.
instead of either as David sees it, or, well, either of you both seem to kind of share in this a little bit, just kind of trying to be those guys who did the cool thing. How about, after all of that floundering with the romance, make Korra's status romantically not important?
That's
exactly!
Too.
Exactly!
That was what I was expecting to happen.
And the series is like, yeah, Korra is fulfilled, and
that was what I was expecting to
and
happen.
she's not attached to somebody.
Well, because
that, like, more than like, oh, well, we've got lesbians. That having a female character who, like, by the end of the series, like, part of her, like, checklist of like, here's where she needs to be by the end of the series, where one of them is not, she's attached to somebody.
Yeah.
That is more progressive to me than having somebody be in a lesbian
Oh my God, I'm done with
relationship.
Thank you! Because her whole arc in the last season was her coming to grips with her failures. And, like, I feel like the whole, her just suddenly, with the relationship stuff, like, had nothing to do with that. Like, I don't feel like there was actual closure to her coming to grips with that.
That I entirely understand, and I can agree with. I'm going from the stance of they felt they had to do it, so they just went and did it.
Yeah.
That's what I think is what happened. Like I said, I think if they truly
we need a
wanted
miracle
to
item, and
finish
that
this series
cucumber
and
dick
say,
has it.
look, we wrote a progressive female character for the protagonist of our series.
Okay, I'm doing that.
That's
again.
how it should have ended.
Yeah.
No relationship as something that validates Korra.
Yeah.
She doesn't need it.
Yeah. That would have worked so much better. I'm still pissed that, like, in the finale, Bolin didn't really get, like, closure. He had his little ha-ha funny. He was reading stuff for Varric's wedding.
He at least...
But, like, I feel
Well, I mean, they were back together.
yeah, I mean, like, that's... I guess
it was important. It was important.
But I feel like there just should have been, like... I don't
Oh
know.
my fuck. I'm so stupid.
I like Bolin, and, like, I just
I'm
kind of
so
wanted more
stupid.
for him. Though, I guess his crowning moment was fucking saving the president in second season. That was fucking awesome.
God, this is what alcohol does to me. I forget
Yeah,
dumb
blame
things.
the alcohol. Blame the fucking alcohol, dude.
I will.
Okay.
Because
I'll do it.
I am an escapist, and I need some sort of escape from my own failures and shortcomings. So I'm gonna have to blame it on something that's not me.
Can we not get depressing now?
I don't know, we just got real fucking heavy.
Well, the fucking Korra stuff wasn't, like,
Nah,
depressing.
It wasn't heavy. It was a heavy discussion.
I just don't think Korra will ever really match Last Airbender.
Fucking season 3 was awesome.
Oh, yeah. And people were kind of complaining about the, like,
Honestly,
final
I
fight
think,
of season 4, but I still thought it was pretty good. Like, it definitely could have used a little more, but it was still
I'm gonna
pretty
say,
good.
Oh my god. God, I gotta
What
do
are
the
you
right thing.
doing?
Going the wrong way to do the right thing. I'm gonna say, controversial opinion, I think Last Airbender and Legend of Korra are just as good as each other in different ways. Each have their shortcomings. There's just things that I enjoy about each of them that are not in the other one.
Like, I
So
see what you're
it's
saying.
hard for me to pick a favorite between the two. But then again, that's me. I'm super wishy-washy. I can't pick favorites I can't pick favorites to save my fucking life
Okay.
on most subjects.
I get what you're saying, and I kind of agree. But when I look at the two series, I have less to complain about Last Airbender than I do have about Korra. And
I'll say I liked Korra better than I liked Aang.
really, I really liked Aang.
Shrug.
Like,
I didn't like Aang.
really?
Aang grew on me, but I do like Korra more than I like Aang.
I kind of noticed this because with a lot of series, Aang is the kind of character I really like. And, like, a lot of people tend to hate this kind of character, but I don't know. He's, like, one of the more, like, kind of positive and just kind of fun-loving characters, and I always like that.
I like positive, fun-loving.
And I think that's,
oh my god!
I think that's why I'm, like, one of the few people who actually enjoys Wander Over Yonder.
Shit. Okay, I fucked this up.
Dude, come on,
Seriously.
man.
Jesus
Dude!
Christ, David!
This is, like, reverse... Okay, I'm thinking of Very Prince of Musashi.
You're making more backwards progress now than you were making forward progress.
I feel like you should just stay to the right. But this is making me think of the fucking surfing part from Brave Prince of Musashi.
They let me have it. They let
Oh,
me have it. Oh
no,
my
no,
god,
no,
maybe they didn't.
They're
Maybe
not.
they
They're not. They're like, fuck you, man.
Okay, just gonna say this. Yai is a mermaid. Fucking hot.
I'm pretty sure I had porn of it at one point.
I
did I
do,
say hello?
I still do. That shit's hard to come by. And the only
Maybe it's easy to come by.
Oh!
Don't leave me hanging. Really? Really? That bad?
I liked it.
Anywho,
The only porn I have of it is shitty, but I will stand by having that. Like, I saved it just for posterity's sake.
Kind of like,
Don't even, because you're inciting issues, even though he's never gonna watch it, but you're just inviting disaster. Because I know you hate every time he brings it up.
I feel like I was Nick. I feel like brings it up.
I didn't even realize you were starting to talk about Nick. I was like, oh wait, yeah, you know what? You're right.
I was actually talking about it earlier.
Like, I don't mind that being brought up as a gag. It's just Nick is way too fucking attached.
That's okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because like, it's funny. Like Dave was saying. Like, if it flows the conversation well, yeah. But Nick constantly brings it up.
You know what? We're gonna use some of our money just for the sake of using money. Next time.
In this frozen fucking lake.
Hold up a second before we start.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some pizza in it.
Yes.